What is up, guys, and welcome to the very first episode of a brand new series. Now, you guys know that I'm doing Sony Vegas tutorial videos, but that's for PC editors, and I know there's a lot of Mac editors, so this is probably the software that you guys are using in Mac, and it's Final Cut Pro. I apologize if you're using something like After Effects, but this is probably the most popular one. So I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to edit on a Mac, and I do have quite a lot of experience on a Mac because I edited on a Mac before I edited on a PC. So I'm gonna get in with the very first episode of this, which was the same exact thing as the very first episode of Sony Vegas, which is the basics and layout. So let's get in with the layout. So let's take a look at the stuff up on the top here, and it's pretty much similar as to Sony Vegas Pro 12. I know there's like file import, new project, new event, share to like export and all that kind of stuff, help, Windows, pretty much stuff you can add in. I don't want to go too much over this because this is one of the main parts of a layout. Anyway, so here is your I guess you can call this your Explorer, like there's in Sony Vegas, and this is where all your events are. You can select your events where you have different clips in them. I kind of have pretty bad titles for my events, but yeah, these are your events. You can import files, and you get your little Explorer type tab, and you can import all your stuff. I'm not going to be doing any of that stuff, and yeah, so you can also import from your video camera. I'm not going to turn that on because I don't know, want to like you guys see me right now. Anyway, so here on the right here we have our video previewer. This is pretty much if you watch your video, this is where it would show up there. This is actually one of my failed attempts at making a recreation of Nuketown, but I don't want to get too much on that. So here on the right we have our inspector. That's what it's called. You just go to open this up, you just hit this and then hit the inspection button. But yeah, so it opens this up, and you can mess with the color corrections. You can crop it. If you hit here, you can see you can go up there, make it smaller, and yeah, you can name it, look at the information and all of that stuff, opacity. Yeah, so that's the inspector, also good for color correcting. This is pretty much just shortcuts to make your video slower and faster, make our video actually I don't want to get too much into the going faster and slower because I did one of those videos separately in Sony Vegas, as I will with Final Cut Pro. Anyway, so here we have our actually let's go. This is actually my last thing. Here we have our timeline. It's pretty much all called the timeline here in all the video editors. Actually, I didn't mention up here. You can just go into a full screen mode here. I don't want to do that. It's gonna mess with the recording. This is just loop playback. Here we can do Ken Burns effect, crop. Here's like cropping, resizing. I think this is Ken Burns. Yeah. And I'll do a separate video on Ken Burns too, because that's pretty cool. Anyway, so on the timeline, we're finally getting to timeline. This is where all your this is where you're gonna do all your editing. You can make it more precise and go a lot straighter into there, a lot more precise editing. But I'm just gonna keep it like on this. Actually, I don't really know how you can't just scroll the mouse and get closer in like there is in Sony Vegas Pro, but 12. But you know that's Final Cut Pro for you. Anyway, so yeah, here you can just go back and forth through a thing instead of having to use this little guy. Yeah, you can just use that. And yeah, let's get into this now. So here are all your tabs of the generated media. Here are some photos. Okay, I don't want to get into there. Here we just have some songs from my iTunes you can add in here. I apologize if you actually try to go drag something in here. Your Final Cut Pro, I'm not quite sure if this works for you guys, but it doesn't work for me. If you go into just drag it in there, it's just gonna freeze for like 5 seconds. And what I do to import music is I go to File, Import Files, and then I just import the MP3 file from there. So for some reason it doesn't work from the iTunes. You can just get it from. This is your source for music. That's the default source because it's iTunes. Anyway, here are all your transitions. They're put into nice categories for you. Let's show you guys an example of one. I'm so used to hitting S to make a video split. Anyway, so wait, is that even how it works? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just do Control and then split. Oh no, I guess there's no split. So yeah, we'll just use the blade. Yeah, the blade is pretty much split. Anyway, so we're gonna make a transition just to show you guys that. Put the transition bloom in there, and yeah, let's just watch that. Let's play that back. Sorry, I put it a little bit too far back. Yeah, so that's actually one of my favorite transitions. Anyway, so yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is this stuff over here. This is where you can select your tool. Select is pretty much just being able to move it back and forth, up and down. Sorry. Here you have trim, Position, that's pretty much just what I said before. Range selection, you can select a range and then edit it individually. That piece. Blade, that's pretty much like the split piece. You just select where you want and it'll make little cut there. This zoom makes you go in and out of the file. Or the files are the project, the timeline. Hand, pretty much go up and down, forward and left. There's a lot of tools for that. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that's pretty much the basics and layout of a Sony Vegas Pro 12. Like I said, you can just use all these things to do trimming and all that kind of stuff. Here you can open up your projects. I think you can do that. Yeah, it's this button right here. Oh, it takes a little while to upload, a little while to come because I have like a lot of projects, and it should just come right around here. Yep, so there are all the projects I've had before. Let's get that. Anyway, so yeah, all in all, I really like Final Cut Pro, and it's been a very good tool for me. I'm gonna use this all for my Minecraft editing videos because on my PC, my Call of Duty videos, I do PC editing, or yeah, on my Call of Duty videos, I edit my PC. Minecraft videos, I edit my Mac, just more efficient. Because it's I record Minecraft on a Mac because it's a bit better quality and all that. Have a better recorder. Anyway, so thank you so much for watching this video on a Final Cut Pro, and I will there's gonna be a lot more Final Cut Pro videos in the future. I will see you guys later. Peace.